Good morning. It is Beth Wright here, and it is time to practice some Hatha yoga. So let's do it. And let's begin in our easy pose with our palms at our heart in prayer position. Sitting up nice and tall, and you can be on a cushion. As long as your spine is straight, go ahead and close your eyes and drop into yourself. And we'll open the class with one Om, breathing in together. And in this space, connect to your higher self, who you are always connected to, but connect consciously. And you can say something as simple as, good morning, higher self. Just acknowledging this aspect of you, this greater God self, and your I am presence. And now set your intention for your practice, which may also be the same intention as your day ahead. And once you set your intention, you can open your eyes. With your palms still at your heart, let's inhale and reach the palms up to sky. Turning your gaze upward. And as you exhale, draw your hands down your center line right to your heart. And again, inhale, reach up. Full breath in. Exhale, draw the palms down to the heart. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Good. And from here, twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee and the right arm comes behind you. Twisting as you draw the breath into the belly. And then inhale, palms back up to sky. Reaching up. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Left arm behind, right hand to the left knee. Bring the breath right into the spine as you twist. Good. And coming back to center. And now bring your legs out in front. Shake them out. And plant your feet so that they're underneath your knees. And then you're going to take your hands underneath your shoulders with your fingers pointing forward on the mat. And we're going to lift up into reverse table. So your hips come up. You can keep your head lifted. If you don't have any neck issues, you can drop your head back. And here we're going to do some rapid inhalation and exhalation through the nose. Breath of fire, pumping the navel. Big inhale in. And then as you exhale through your mouth, go ahead and lower your seat. All the way down. And cross at the ankles now. And roll out over the ankles, planting your hands to come into tabletop. Fingers spread wide, knees underneath your hips. And let's do some cat-cow. Inhaling, looking up, spreading the sits bones wide. And at the top of the breath, Move it the other direction, pressing the heart up, tailbone under, chin under. Air comes all the way out. And then moving back and forth. And just being aware of the way that your spine is moving in this undulating and rolling motion. Warming up the spine here. Couple more cat-cows. Good. Returning back to a neutral spine. And let's bring the right arm straight out. Keep your gaze down at the mat and lift the left leg up. And you're going to draw your navel in towards your spine to activate your core. And now, as you breathe, keeping your shoulders and hips level and even, 2 more breaths. Good. Plant the right hand and lower the left knee. And then we'll take it to the other side. Left arm comes out in front, right leg up behind. Hold it. Breathe. Drawing the navel in. Deep breath. Two more breaths. Good. Lower the left hand and the right knee down. We're just going to do some hip circles. So you're going to swing your hip out to the right and then back by your heels over to the left, and then drop your hips down toward the mat. And these big circles, using your breath as you move your body. One more circle to the right. And let's reverse our circle, going around to the left, breathing in and out. And then come back to sit on your heels, forehead down on the mat in child's pose, bringing your hands down alongside your feet. Seat on your heels and just breathe. Good. Reaching the arms forward. Go ahead and lift your head and shift your weight forward back into table. And from table, let's tuck our toes under and take it up and back into downward dog, pressing away from the hands and then alternating, bringing one heel down, bringing one knee at a time, and then the other, just to get the back of the body open as we warm up. Deep breathing, and you can always do a little pulsation with your heart toward your toes. Good. And now come up on both toes, keeping your hips high, still pressing away from the hands. and then sink the heels down. So think about the very tip of the heel and draw as if someone has put a needle and thread into the very tip of your heel. Ouch, that's kind of a painful thought. But is drawing your heel down toward the earth, pulling it down. And then you're going to do deep breaths as you reach the heels down, at the same time pressing away from the hands, creating this triangle with your body. Equal pressure going into the feet and hands here. Good. And now come up and begin to walk your feet up towards your hands until you come into standing forward fold. Feet are still hip width apart. Bend your knees, belly's on your thighs, and then hold your opposing elbows and shake out your upper torso like you're a rag doll. Your head, your spine, just shoulders. Shake it out. You can go back and forth, sideways. And then breathe into the belly. And now just hang here. Deep breaths into the belly. Good. Release your arms down. And we're going to slowly come all the way up to stand by drawing our torso up one vertebrae at a time. Head still hangs as we come all the way up. And coming to stand at the top of the mat. My head's cut off a little bit, but that's okay. Standing at the top of the mat with your palms in prayer position, go ahead and press into the feet in mountain pose. Camera adjustment. So tomorrow is a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, and this begins our eclipse season, which is very potent energy. A portal, a window opens up between tomorrow and June 10th, which is the solar eclipse in Gemini. So we have 2 weeks of life-changing energy that we can work with. So it's good to do meditation and yoga during these times, during the eclipse window, to really align your energy. Palms at the heart. Let's inhale, reach up, slight back bend, and then forward fold all the way down, drawing the crown down toward the earth. And we're going to step the right foot back into low lunge. From here, drop the right knee down, uncurl the back toes, and you're going to walk the left foot out to the edge of the mat. This is lizard pose. Coming down so that you're stretching into the groin area, and you can work with wherever your body allows you to work. So you might be right up here on your hands, or one arm on a block, or perhaps you have both arms down on the mat. Wherever you're working, take your awareness into the stretch. Breathe into it. So during this pre-eclipse time, you might be feeling a little off or agitated or extra tired. Just make sure that you take extra good care of yourself during this time. Stay hydrated, rest when you need to, and self-care is key. Good. In lizard pose. Okay. Press back up with your hands and then walk that left foot back in so that lines up with the left hip. Left arm is around the outside of the leg. We're going to tuck the back toes under, straighten through this front leg, and our hips are over the right knee so that your front leg that is straightened, you can just sort of wiggle your heel so that it comes into place. Flex the left foot, and then your hands can be on blocks here. And you're going to, right from the hip crease, lengthen out over the center line so you feel that beautiful stretch of the back of the left leg, and breathe into it as you lean forward, right from the hip crease, drawing the heart forward. Breathe and open up the back of this leg. And now go ahead and plant this left foot, bending the left knee, and you're going to sink this right hip down. Walk the hands up. So it's like you're in low lunge with your back toes uncurled. And from here, we're coming into Anjayasana. Take your hands up to your left knee and lift in the high heart or the heart. You can stay right here, supporting the pose with your hands on your knees. If you want to take it further, bring the arms up, gaze turns up. And here we're doing two things at once. We're drawing the lower half of our body toward the earth while lifting the upper half of our body toward the heavens. So this is a tension of opposites. Deep breaths. Squeeze up through the Mula Bandha, the perineum and the sex organs. Squeeze this area, it's the root lock, and it will help you stay lifted in your core. Good, release the hands down. From here, tuck the back toes under, plant your hands, and you're going to come up into three-legged dog by swinging the left leg high. Now we're in three-legged dog. The right heel is reaching down for the mat. And we're going to do some core work. So as we come forward, we're going to take the left knee to the left elbow, lengthening out into plank. Inhale, exhale. Okay, opposite. Wait, hold on. This is an exhalation as we bring the left knee to the left elbow. And then inhale up to three-legged dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more times. Knee to elbow. And leg comes up. Knee to elbow. This is a real strengthener of the core and the upper body. And up. Knee to elbow. And up. Good. And now draw the knee in toward your nose. Lengthen out in plank. And lower the knee down between your hands for pigeon pose. Uncurl the back toes. So that core work is really going to serve you in so many ways. And what I always like to say is this is the only time that you're going to do this today. So really put your all into it. It really builds the side muscles in your core. That's helpful in, I don't even know what I'm trying to say with that. It builds the side muscles in your core. Okay, here we are in pigeon. Now, to come fully into this pose, you can have some support underneath your left hip. So if you have a cushion or a pillow that you'd like to put underneath the left hip, make sure that your hips are even and facing forward on the mat, same with your shoulders. And now press into the top of the back foot, the right foot, and you're gonna lift the knees slightly. And as you do that, the right leg will slide back an inch or two. From here, lift the heart, squeeze through the Mula Bandha. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel how when you squeeze there, you're drawing the energy up through the pelvis region. It comes up through the solar plexus and right up through the heart. And now think of like a stem of a flower that's rooted in the earth. And you're drawing up the earth energy through the roots and up through the stem, and then it flowers out the heart. And as you do that, you can feel how that supports the pose. If you want to go further, you can reach your arms up, interlacing your hands, first two fingers together in Temple Mudra. Otherwise, your hands are right underneath your shoulders, supporting you. Breathe in pigeon. Good. And now we're going to come into resting pigeon. To do this, you can walk this left shin up a little bit higher on the mat, or you can leave it right where it is. And that's going to give you a deeper stretch. And now walk the hands out in front as you lower down into resting pigeon. Forehead down. And if you can't come all the way down, then you're up on your forearms. Wherever you're working, breathe into the left hip. Every breath taking you deeper into the stretch, opening up those closed spaces. One more deep breath here. Good. And then lift your head, walk your hands up. And good Lord, I needed that. Okay, from here, swing this right leg around so that it comes out in front. And you're in Janu Shirshasana. So the right leg is straight out in front. The left foot now is to the inside of the right thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, flexing through the right foot to activate the leg. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, extend out over the right leg and coming to wherever your body allows you to at this time and breathing into the back of the right leg. If you don't have any injuries and you can do it, bring your head towards your knee. That will deepen the stretch through the back of the leg. Deep breaths into the belly. Every breath bringing you deeper into the pose. Good. And now coming up slowly. And we'll plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder, coming into stargazer. Sweep the right arm up, and you extend the arm behind you. Right leg is extended, left arm is underneath you for support. And here you can turn your chest and heart and gaze toward the sky, or drop your head back to get a view lower on the horizon. And breathe full breaths. Good. And then lower your seat down and cross at the ankles. Roll it forward, plant your hands, and come into tabletop. Here, let's just do a couple more cat-cows. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Tuck the toes under, take it up into downward dog. Plant those heels, press away from the hands, and pulse your heart towards your toes. Raise your right leg high in the air. Bend through the right knee, rotate the right foot in a circle. You're in three-legged dog with your hip open. And now straighten through the right leg, and you're going to step all the way up into low lunge. Foot comes between the hands. From here, step the left foot up to meet the right. Feet are hip width apart. You're in standing forward fold, so draw the crown down. And then inhale, arms come up. Slight back bend. Palms to the heart. And we're going to take it to the other side, mountain pose. So for me, the way that the energies are affecting me for the eclipse is I feel really insecure. I have felt really insecure for like 3 days. And I see it as like an ego dissolution or losing the old self so that the new self can come in. So it's very uncomfortable, but you just have to sit with it. Just go with it and trust the process. Super uncomfortable, and it's okay. Palms at the heart. Inhale, reach up. Slight back bend. And then exhale, forward fold. Good. And now step the left foot back into low lunge. Low lunge. Drop the back knee, uncurl the back toes, and walk that right foot out to the edge of the mat for lizard. And here, you're going to go wherever you can, wherever your body allows you to, and work with the stretch into the right hip groin area. Deep breaths. And it's okay to feel whatever feelings are coming up, you know. We want to experience and allow those feelings to just be without trying to shift out of them or change them. Just let them do what they need to do. And when we feel them deeply, that's when it will move on its own without reaching for that sugar or that drink or that whatever, you know. Just sit with this discomfort, allow it to be, acknowledge it, accept it, and it will move. One more deep breath in lizard. Good. Hands come onto the mat, press up. Walk that right foot back in, and then the right arm comes to the outside. Let's tuck the back toes under and shift the hips back so it's over the left leg. And now the right leg straightens, and you're going to flex the foot and just wriggle that heel until it comes into the position that feels right. Remember, you can be on blocks here with your hands. And then from the hip crease, lean, draw the torso out over the center line. And work with the stretch through the back of the right leg. Deep breath. Keep drawing the heart and the crown forward. You stay lifted here in this pose. Lifted in the heart. Good. And now shifting your weight forward, bend the right knee, plant the foot, walk the hands up. We're back in low lunge. Uncurl the back toes. And we're coming up with our hands to our right knee. So your hips sinking down, your heart lifting. Squeeze up through the Mula Bandha. Just squeeze. It's an internal squeeze. And then see if you can feel it. Remember that analogy of the roots, like pulling up the earth energy through the root. And then up through the stem of the flower, coming up through your pelvis region, up to your navel, up through your solar plexus, right into your heart, and boom, the flower blooms out through the heart. If you want to stay here, you can. If you want to go further, arms come up, hands interwoven with the 2 forefingers pointing straight up in Temple Mudra. Deep breaths. Good. And now go ahead and lower your hands down to the mat. And tuck the back toes under. We're going to come up into three-legged dog. So from here, lift the back knee and then take this right leg up and back high into three-legged dog. Now some core work. Okay, we're going to do 10. So I can't remember if the inhalation is here. Let's see. Inhale here. Exhale. Knee to elbow. Inhale up. Exhale. 3. Good. Knee to elbow. Shifting the weight over the hands as you come forward. 4. Up and back. 5. It's the only time you're doing this today, so give it your all. 6. 7. Knee to elbow. 8. 2 more. 9. Good. And 10. Excellent. And now draw the knee forward and place the knee gently between the hands, coming into pigeon on the other side. Again, use whatever support you need underneath your right hip. And then from here, press onto the top of the back foot, lift the knee, and then slide that leg back. Okay. So coming into this position, we're going to do the same thing we did in Anjayasana, which is apply the root lock, squeeze up through the perineum and the sex organs to really get that earth energy to support us through the core, coming out through the heart, lifting the gaze up. You can stay right here if you want to go further. Hands come up. Deep breaths as you squeeze up through the Mula Bandha. Good. And then we're coming into resting pigeon. If you'd like to walk this shin a little bit higher up in the mat, you can. And then once you're in position, go ahead and walk your hands out forward, lower your torso over the leg, and come to wherever you come, wherever you land, and know that it's just perfect for you on this day. The breath goes into the right hip and leg. And then pay close attention to the opening that's taking place as you breathe and stretch. Notice how the energy moves. Relax into it a little bit more. Good. One more deep breath here in pigeon. And now lift your head, walk your hands up. I tell you, when you don't do that one for a while and you do it, it's like, good. So it just feels so good. And then swing that left leg out in front. Coming into Janya Shashasana on the other side. Left leg forward, right foot into the left leg, and flex through the left foot. Sitting up nice and tall, and we're coming out over the left leg, bringing either the heart and head forward and staying lifted, or you can draw your head down towards your knees, and only you know what your body needs, what feels good and what doesn't. There's a fine line between working in a pose and then pain. So we don't want to go into pain ever. If you feel pain, pull back and just work where it feels safe for you, so that you're not ever going into a place where you're injuring yourself. And this might sound obvious, but I think sometimes it needs to be said. Again, with the breath, watch the opening take place. And then slowly coming up. And now planting the right hand underneath the right shoulder. We're coming into Stargazer on the other side. Left arm sweeps, supported by our right hand and right knee. Extend through the left leg and left arm. And you can feel the stretch through the sideline. You can also turn your gaze up toward the sky. Let's play with it. Breathe, expand, enjoy. Good. And take it back down to the mat. And all the way onto your seat. Bring both feet out. And let's bring our arms up. And we're going to slowly come all the way down onto our back, one vertebrae at a time. All the way down, all the way down. And then coming into happy baby. So your legs come up, your knees are bent. The feet are facing the sky, and your legs are wide so that they can come on either side of the body. And then you want to take your two first fingers and your thumb and wrap them around your toes, so you've got like a little hold there. And now alternate, pulling one knee down toward the floor and then the other. Just like a little baby, happy little baby would do. And make sure that you're also reaching your tailbone down so that it's not up like that, right? Reach the tailbone down. That way you get more stretch in the groin area. Good. And now if you want to straighten both legs out as wide as you can, feel that stretch in the groin even more. Breathe into it. Good. And then bring knees back to center. Hug your knees and just rock back and forth a little bit. And now plant your feet underneath your knees, hip width apart, and we'll come into bridge pose. Arms down alongside the body, palms facing down. Feet underneath the knees. And now lift the hips. Bring your shoulders underneath you and press into the feet as you draw the upper part of your chest toward your chin. And here we're working to get the thoracic spine in a vertical position. So your upper back. Squeeze in the Mula Bandha. This way you keep the whole torso zipped up. Deep breaths. Good. And now release your shoulders and one vertebrae at a down at a time. And coming into, as you lengthen out your legs, the next pose we'll do is fish pose, Matsyasana. Bring your hands slightly underneath your seat and your legs are together. Your toes are pointed. So both hands are sticking halfway under your seat and halfway out. From here, lift the heart. You'll feel your elbows taking the weight and also your sits bones. As you lift the heart, draw the head back onto the crown. 10% of the weight comes there. Keep lifting through the heart. Expand through the heart. And breathe into it. Legs stay straight, feet stay pointed. Good. Release the head, come all the way onto the back, and hug the knees in once again. Rock a little side to side. And the left leg comes out all the way on the mat. Plant the left arm out to the side, palm facing down. Oops, other way. Right arm out to the side, palms facing down. Guide the right knee across to the left. And you're in your twist, keeping that right shoulder down. Breathe into your belly here. So really, as you take the breath in, expand the belly. Whenever we do these twists, we're breathing like this, we're really bringing the blood into the spinal column. So that energizes the spine, and the spine is what keeps us young. It keeps us agile, flexible, so that we can move like we did when we were young, which is great. You want to be agile and flexible as long as possible. As we age, we tend to dry up internally. So to lubricate our joints and our inner body with the right diet and keeping those drawing things like alcohol and caffeine out of our system so that we can stay moist on the inside is really beneficial overall. Good. And now draw the knee back into the chest. And let's lengthen that right leg out and draw the left knee in, hug it into the chest. And this time we take the left arm out to the side, palm facing down. Guide the left knee over to the right for our twist. Left shoulder stays down. Now when you're here, this time again, breathe big breaths into the belly so the whole belly expands out. So these twists tone those inner muscle, those inner organs. So over on this left side, we've got spleen, pancreas, and stomach, large intestine. On the right side, we've got gallbladder, liver. So as we breathe in, we are breathing life into those organs and toning them, as well as bringing the blood to the spine, the vital life force energy. Good. One more deep breath here. Fill the belly. And then come back to center. And now we're going to make our way into final Shavasana, final resting pose. Legs out wide, wider than the mat. And then arms out wide, palms facing up. And any final little movements that you want to make before you come into your corpse pose. And now when you're in this pose, rather than doing anything, rather than producing or generating, you're going to be receiving the energies. So all around you is life force, pranic energy. It is chi, prana, and cosmic energy. And at it, the source of it is love. It's pure love. Okay? So in this receptive mode, in this state of surrender, I want you to Imagine that this life force energy is coming in through every pore of your on your skin. And that's a lot of pores. You can also see it as points of light that you are receiving through your body, this light, this life force energy. And imagine it as like this brilliant golden light. You're drawing it in through your pores with your intention and with your allowing it to come in, receiving it. And as you receive this beautiful golden life force energy, this plasma, you begin to feel energized and elevated. It's going into every molecule and every cell and every atom of your body. It's filling your energy field all around you. So that your whole being is glowing like a little lightning bug. You're just glowing. Imagine these strands of light pouring into you from the galactic sun or source energy. It's almost like you're sunbathing, but you're sunbathing with the galactic sun. And this energy is charging you, filling you, elevating you, while you lie in a state of surrender, just receiving and allowing it to happen. And now, in this state of total surrender, when you're glowing like a little glow bug with this golden light, just offer your gratitude up to the universe for whatever is going on in your life. Say thank you. And now go ahead and place your hands over your heart and just say thank you. And let that feeling of gratitude in your high heart wash over your body. And now reach your arms long and Stretch through your whole body, down through your toes and your fingers. Stretch. Ooh, and you can rotate your hands and your feet in a circle. Feeling that gratitude, holding that gratitude in the heart space, bend through both knees, and then roll onto one side and press up using your hands to come back into your seated cross-legged position. So that made my heart open and I got tears and it feels really good. And that happens sometimes in yoga. We can do a pose and it'll open something and you might release, and just feels so good when it happens. Just let it be. Palms at the heart in prayer position, eyes closed. Connect with your intention. My intention was to open my heart, and it worked. And we'll close the class with one Om, breathing in together. I bow to this magnificent and beautiful light inside of me that is also inside of you. Namaste. It's supposed to be the other way around, but either works. And then as we lean forward, we could offer our gratitude and deep appreciation to Mother Earth and to the universe and God, Source, and our teams of guides and angels and light beings. And then offer the gratitude and appreciation to your own self that is doing so much. Don't forget to lavish yourself with appreciation and love and compassion. And that concludes today's Hatha Yoga class. My name is Beth Wright. You can find me on energyhealingteacher.com or Spirit Works Beth Wright in Facebook. I hope you have a beautiful day.